so today we're gonna make one more video, question and answer. I'm so happy that I get so much response on my Q&A.
Q&A. Questions and answers. Q&A.
Okay, one more time. Hey guys, so today I'm out again with one more video, questions and answer. And today I have with a special guest, Øystein. He's gonna help me with your questions. And your background is?
I work as a personal trainer and I have a master's degree in sports science.
So he's good to have with on this journey we're going to take. So are you ready to read out the questions?
Should I start?
Yeah.
The first one is from Susan and Willie. How to start calisthenics at home, like floor only needed. Well, she asked some more, but the first thing is
how to start calisthenics at home.
Yeah.
So basically, if you are a newcomer and you don't have a lot of strength, you should start with the floor workout, like push-ups, sit-ups, squats, and then when you feel strong enough, you can then look online and you can buy like a pull-up bar you can put in the door. And they have like two different pull-up bars you can put in the door. They have the one that you can like twist and then it's stuck, or the one that you just put on top. You know which one I mean?
Yeah, I think Abilica and etc. makes them. Also, probably some sort of suspension training device like a TRX or something could be handy too.
Isn't that super expensive?
I get them from like, well, if you talk dollars, I guess around $50 and up to like $200-300.
Okay, yeah.
So it's depends on which brand you use.
But I can show you some videos on how to do some calisthenics at home for newcomers without any equipment. And then she asked one more.
How old and how tall are you?
Okay, I'm 26 years old and I am 168. How tall are you?
180.
Okay, stand up. He's 180. Yeah, okay. 168, I would say.
I win.
Okay.
Hello. I wonder, how did you used to train when you were a beginner, especially to get stronger? And also, how do you usually train if you don't have much time? Thank you.
Okay, how did I train when I started? How did I train? I started running and then I got infections. Senebetennelse. What is that in English?
Menar du beinhinnebetennelse?
Yeah.
Shin splints. It's an inflammation in the front of the calves. Probably everyone knows what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
So she couldn't run anymore, and then she started doing something else, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. So I usually run for like 2-3 hours, and then I started to get pain in both of the legs. So I had to stop. And then I saw a guy doing a pull-up, and it looked so cool. So I wanted to become so strong as that. And then I just pushed myself. And the thing with me is that I started with the hardest part before doing the easy steps. So I'm super strong in pull-ups, and in dips and push-ups I'm not so strong because I started with the pull-ups. So I just started with jumping up on the bar and then holding myself on the top and going slowly down. And yeah, I just started from there. And I had always one goal every time I went to the gym, so that I knew what I was going to work on. And from there I just became stronger and stronger.
I've been training for the past 2 years to be able to do pull-ups, and I'm still struggling. I was wondering about how you started off training for pull-ups in terms of how many times a week, how many reps, and what kind of progression. Thank you so much.
You can answer that one because I used like 3 years to manage to do a proper pull-up. I didn't know the technique, I just went for it.
Yeah, I think if you want to learn to do pull-ups, I think you should start doing either an easier variation of the exercise, like some sort of rowing movement, or you could do an assisted version with the rubber bands or in a machine that assists you, so it gets easier to go up. How many times a week? This is a tricky one because there's no set answer. It depends on how much you do each time. But if you do, say, 3 to 5 sets in the beginning, per day each time you train. You can maybe do pull-ups like 3 to 5 times a week as well. Then eventually you can probably increase to 4 to 8 sets per time for, like, again, at least 3 times a week. I'd recommend, probably more as well, up to maybe 5-6 times a week maximum.
I also have some videos out. I think it is on calisthenic, how to become stronger, in my playlist, and there I have a lot of videos showing you how to reach to the limit where you can do your first pull-up. So check it out.
You ask also how many reps and what kind of progression. Well, if you do the assisted version, you choose and maybe assist some switching, do like 3 to 8 reps in between there, and then you gradually lower the resistance as whenever you can do like maybe 5 to 8 reps per set. Then you can lower the resistance, so you can do so it gets heavier to you, like the rubber band. Lower the assistance, I mean not the resistance. So you use a smaller rubber band or less weight on the weight stack that assists you.
Yeah, the fatter the band is, the more weight it takes from you, the easier it is.
Yeah.
So if you start with the thickest one and then you go down.
Is it necessary to do workouts daily?
Daily workout? No.
No, but it doesn't hurt.
Yeah, but would you recommend it? Do
just,
people have time for it? They have a life.
It depends.
You have work,
Again,
if you have kids, you have friends, you have a boyfriend, girlfriend.
Yeah, you talk. This is called ecology in sports science. It's what if you can't realistically keep up the regime you do, you're doing too much. When you start a new regime, you should always ask yourself, how much can I realistically train? Not how much you want to train, but how much can I realistically do without it affecting the rest of my life negatively. And if you can do workouts daily, it probably doesn't hurt. Of course, you have to adjust the training volume per session, so it's sustainable as well.
And like, what is your goal?
But like, I'd say 2 to 3 times a week minimum, and then it's advisable. If you only can do 1 time a week, it's better than none, but you get like twice the progression from 2 times, then even more with 3 times, and then if you can train more than that, good, but aim for at least 2 to 3 times a week of strength training, I'd say.
Isn't it like this, if you want to see a progression, you have to train at least 3 times a week?
No, depends.
Or does it depend on how you're training and how hard you're training and for how long?
Yeah, how advanced you are as well. Like, if you've trained for a long time, you probably need higher volume. For me personally, I probably need quite high work volume per week to progress. Whereas a new trainee probably can get away with a couple of times a week and still progress. Of course, it goes faster with higher volume, but you can probably get away with quite relatively low volume. So in many things like this, there's no hard answer. Like, there's no
real question
strict answers. You can't state one answer, because it always depends on
the person and the goal.
There's always other things that affect the answer. How do you get lean like abs? I want a 6-pack so badly, she also asks.
Go ahead.
Eat less.
Eat less.
The best exercise is putting away your plate and putting down the fork and not putting the food in the mouth. That's literally the best exercise. Joking aside, it all depends on calories. Calories in versus calories out, and then the secondary is protein intake. Exercise is tertiary prioritized, so it's just
because if you have like a little bit stomach and then you train abs as like a lot of stomach exercises, don't your stomach look then bigger because the muscle under the fat grows? So you're gonna look bigger?
Yeah, your core will end up getting thicker, yes.
And then you're gonna look more fat if you have fat already.
Yeah, if you're not lean, yes.
Okay, so first you have to get lean and then work on the abs, basically.
Yeah, but even so, like, if you train relatively a balanced regime with compounds like pull-ups, squats, deadlifts, whatever, your abs are probably taxed quite heavily anyway, so you probably don't need to do much specific ab work. And if you do calisthenics, like, you have the back lever, front lever, etc. So it's all heavy on the abs anyway. So you don't have to. You probably don't have to do more. How often do you train and what you train exactly? Dominica asks.
How often I train?
Yeah, and what do you train exactly?
Okay, so this guy here is my personal trainer. He made my workout plan, and it's pieced together four different types of, what should I say, workout schedule, regimes, and 2 of them are upper body and 2 of them are lower body, and so it's 4. So 4 times a week I train, and I have those videos out. It's on my playlist called My Workout Routine. I have 2 of them up, and the 2 other ones are coming up soon, so you can have a look there and see what I do.
You do a lot of calisthenics as well, though, in addition to this.
Yeah, that's true. So maybe like 4 or 5 times a week.
Or 6.
That depends if I have the time. I have a full-time job now, so I don't have so much time, but yeah.
What are the most important things to become strong and active? Natalie G asks.
Strong and active. First, you have to have the willpower, and then you have to set yourself a goal. If you don't have any goal, you don't know what you're going for. Or what would you say?
Well, actually train.
Train first? Yeah, but you have to have a goal. If you have no goal, you go to gym and you're like, what should I do?
Yeah, but let's say, but arguably, yes.
Yeah, do you want to be stronger? Do you want to be more, just be more active? Do you want to lose fat? Do you want to gain more?
But even so, as long as your goal is not cardio, you end up doing much the same anyway. Like strength training for strength gains or muscle gains or fat loss, they should all be virtually the same anyway.
Yeah, what would you say then if someone wants to become stronger?
Lift heavy, often.
Yeah, how often? Like basically, how often should you go to gym? How often should you train the muscle?
If you start, ideally, full body routine like 3 times a week at first, and then you increase the frequency and volume over time, which means you, after a while, you probably end up with 4 to 5 sessions a week of full body workouts. This means like squats, deadlifts, bench press, pull-ups, barbell rows, military press, etc. Heavy stuff. 5 to 8 reps in most. This is like in the beginning. Once you get more advanced, you have to structure it a bit more carefully, and probably have to add more and more assistance work to compensate for where you see you don't develop symmetrically, etc. But it's not. Also, the progression methods become more and more advanced as you go along, or they usually have to, because people stagnate. But it's not. Again, there's no like fixed answer. There's many ways to do it. It's just some are more efficient than others.
Okay.
Like bodybuilding splits are not efficient at all. They're terribly inefficient. And I can do a complete rant on like exercise choice and programming. I've done this before. It's a subject that tends to annoy me. Because people do so much retarded shit.
We should make a video of that. All the exercises you should not do in the gym.
Cable squats, really?
I have done them.
Yeah,
You see people do it and then you want to try it out.
I see people do it as well. I go like, Jesus, what the?
Okay, we should make a video. Like honestly,
have you seen the exercise where
good.
people stand in the dip machine and they press one leg down and imagine it trains their bass?
Yeah.
Yeah, as I've said,
I've done that also.
Yeah. Stairs. I would say stairs. It's heavier, and you work both legs.
It's stairs. The one when you're standing like on the top and you have the thing, and then you
it's
push
absolutely
down,
retarded. The maximum
and
weight.
they're like feel the burn in the booty.
The maximum weight you can do is less than your body weight. So.
But it burns. Like honestly, when I did it, I felt it burn.
Lactic acid hurts. It doesn't mean it makes you grow.
Ah. Yeah, but we should make a video like that.
Yeah.
Exercises that doesn't work.
Lactic acid can, under certain conditions, make you grow, but it's not enough of a promoter for growth.
So you get more like a pump.
Yeah, but even so, a pump is not enough to make it grow. It's not. You have certain mechanisms that affect hypertrophy, muscle growth, Metabolic stress, which lactic acid and the pump is part of, is one of the possible promoters for muscle growth. It's not the only one, it's not the primary one, it's one possible promoter, but it's probably, not to go too advanced into it, more as an extension of mechanical tension than it is as a cause in itself.
Mm-hmm. Good.
I can explain this in detail later if needed, and why it's often misunderstood. What would you suggest is the best exercise to start getting really good upper body strength? Enough to do pull-ups, parkour, etc. What's your reason to do about that? But I mean, like, how to start. This seems to be a general tendency. People
like how to become stronger in upper body?
How people want to know where to start. Best exercise.
What would you say is the best one for the back? Then you have to get a lot of the back muscles engaged. I would say pull-up.
Pull-up and barbell rows, probably.
What is that?
Bent over rows with barbell. Then you work the erectors, your lats, your traps, like the entire back works pretty much.
Oh.
And in the erectors and traps, well, lower traps are affected by pull-ups, but erectors and mid and upper traps are not very much affected by pull-ups.
Then it's better to start with that one, because that one you can start with. Yeah, but if you're not strong enough to do pull-ups, then maybe this one is the first one you should start with. And then when you feel strong enough, then...
You can also do like lat pull-down, the machine, where you...
Oh, that one, yeah.
That also works. So...
Those three then.
When people say one, that's the pull-up for pull-ups. But when people ask what's the best exercise, again, there's usually not one answer. So
pull-ups is the best exercise.
She likes pull-ups. Also, what made you decide you wanted to be a fit, super strong athlete when you started? What was your turning point, if you had one? Mary Layton asks this.
Okay,
she asked other questions as well. What made you decide you wanted to be a fit, super strong athlete?
Okay, first of all, I don't look at myself as super fit or super strong. I'm just doing what makes me happy. And...
Are you not an athlete?
Yeah, I am. No, I'm not. I'm just doing my thing. But turning point, no, I didn't really have any turning point. I always been active. I started with ballet and then hip hop dancing, and then I did football, I did basketball, I did a lot of stuff. And then so I've been always active, and I always love being active and doing sports. And I feel like I'm down here and I still have a long way up before I can say that I'm super fit. And yeah, you always have to see, like, always have a growing point. And yeah.
Next one again is how to get lean abs.
Food intake.
Yeah. Why do you love bodyweight training?
Why? Oh my god,
anyway,
it's so
many
reasons.
Inspiring. Thank you. Nikki
Thank
Moore.
you. Why I love... Okay, it's so many reasons why you should love bodyweight training. First of all, you don't need any equipment. And then when you do, for example, a pull-up, you don't only activate your back muscle, you also activate your stomach, because if you don't activate your stomach, you're gonna be like doing like this when you do the pull-ups. So every exercise you do with your own body weight, you reach more different muscles, wouldn't you say? Like, it's not like if you have a barbell and you do like this, you're just activating this muscle. But if you're doing squats...
Technically, if you do a barbell curl...
Just come on!
So you get a weight shift you have to compensate for, so your lower back and core has to compensate as well as the core. But
wouldn't you say that body weight training is better than weight training with... Come on.
Would I say body weight training is better?
Yes, because everyone can do it. Everyone has a body with weight, and they can use the weight.
No, I would not say that. It's like, again...
Don't listen to him.
I'm a power lifter, so it's kind of...
Okay, yeah, but it's like for general people, if you want to be like super strong...
Squats and deadlifts.
Yeah, but you can do squats and deadlift. No, maybe not deadlift. Squats you can do.
Deadlift with body weight.
Yeah, you can go over me and then I can squat to you. But honestly, it's a good workout.
Yes, it is.
And there's a lot of different exercises you can do, and you can do it everywhere. You can make a whole workout routine at home with your own body weight.
But again, I find it difficult to say one thing is better than another, because it depends on goals, on
of course.
what you can do, etc. The advantage of weight training compared to bodyweight training is that it's easier to adjust the resistance.
Yeah.
But they supplement each other, so you shouldn't pick one over the other. If you want to get good at calisthenics, you probably should have a weight training regime as well to complement the calisthenics you do.
Yeah.
Like I see one of the guys at our gym who's really good at calisthenics. He does a lot of weight training as well.
To reach the next level.
Yeah, and like because he can assist his calisthenics training with weight training to get better at both. So.
Yeah. And before we move on, if you want to see a video where I do home workout without any weight, just my own body weight training, let me know and then I can look into it.
How do you get the flat abs? Again, it's diet.
Everyone wants to get abs.
I think one of the questions though is that like how do you remove only the belly fat, which is not really efficient.
No, and many people think that if they just train abs, their fat on the stomach is going to disappear, and that's not the thing. You have to look at what you eat, and they say that 80% is the food intake and the rest is exercise. So the food plays a big part of the results.
There are nuances here as well. There are studies that show increased fatty acid mobilization in certain areas that you train directly, etc. But it's
so you can train away stomach fat.
No, it's
or like underarm fat.
Like,
many people are.
Say you train abs, then you then probably like if you train only abs and not the other things, you will probably have an increased fatty acid mobilization around the abdominals. There are studies actually showing this. The problem is that if you do that, you do neglect other body parts, and as such, you probably burn less total calories. There's no practical way of doing it and still maintaining a balanced training regime, because then you probably have to compensate for training the abs too much one day, and then you have to compensate by training the other muscles in more another day. And as such, to have a symmetrical development, there's no practical way, as far as I can see, that you can actually train to get the point reduction that this study indicates you can. Like it's theoretically possible, yes, but then your is it worth it? No, your total programming ends up being retarded if you try to do it. So don't.
Moving on.
Where are you 10 years from now?
10 years from now.
Married with children.
Yeah, hopefully I find a super nice guy that I can see a long future with. Have a castle, a horse. No, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I just want to be happy and be stable. Yeah. Stable life. Stable life.
How old are you? And the more important question, do you truly have a boyfriend? And if so, is your relationship struggling by any chance? Arminus.
A moment of silence. No, I'm single and I'm ready to mingle. Moving on.
What's your favorite exercise?
Pull-ups.
How to train explosive muscle activity in order to prepare for the muscle up? Yeah, probably explosive pull-ups or stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's not. I mean, the difficult part of the muscle up is the technique.
The keeping.
And also probably the strength required to get above the bar.
Yeah. They say that you should manage to do 10 pull-ups at least, in a row, to manage a muscle up.
Yeah, and I can do like probably 20 and I can't do muscle
and his problem is that he don't have the keeping, when you're like, and then
I basically suck.
he's coming there, but I'm one step in front of him.
One day.
Because I can manage a muscle up now with false grip, like this. So I keep one hand up and then I get the other one, lock it out. And I can now manage muscle up with band. And you can also manage it, but he's still struggling with the keeping. So you have to practice.
No, I just have to get stronger.
You're strong enough.
If I get stronger, I don't have to do the keeping. I can just do a strict one.
You want to go the hard way. He wants to go the hard way.
Yeah, but I should be strong enough.
You can't manage it.
No, I suck. But one day.
One day. Okay.
How can I gain stability in order to get the press handstand not falling back on the feet or on the forehead?
Handstand.
Honestly, I think this is just practice handstand. I'm not sure there's any other exercise you can do to practice it, because you're upside down.
Yeah, you have to get used to that first.
Like you can simulate the movement with weights, whatever, but I think it's like it's as long as you're strong enough, I think it's only stability, and that's just practice, I think.
I don't know how to answer that, because I cannot manage to do handstand myself, but I think it's just practice into a wall, and then the most important thing is to push down and lock out your arms and have a straight body and practice.
The next question is how to get butt and six pack.
Butt?
Like,
train it. You have to train the muscle you want to become stronger. You want to become stronger.
Yeah.
And booty exercises, he's an expert in booty exercises. So if you want to see a video of how to train your booty in the best way, let me know.
Coaching world champion bikini fitness athletes.
Yeah, so we have the right man here. So if you want to see it, let me know.
Okay, next one is in Spanish. I should read this up.
Yeah, read it.
Eres real. O estás diseñada por ordenador. I don't know Spanish.
Can we Google it? Google it. We have. Okay, we're struggling here.
If anyone can help us with this.
Did we figure it out?
Designet av datamaskinen.
Okay, what did he say?
Du ekte, eller du designet av en datamaskin?
Jeg ekte, eller?
Are you real or are you designed by computer? That's what it means.
That's your question? I thought. Yeah.
She's not real.
I am a computer. Yeah, that was a nice question. Yeah. No, I'm real.
Ish.
You see? You can touch me. So. Yeah, okay, so that was everything. We managed to answer all of your questions. I know this video is gonna be long, so yeah, that's how it is when I have to answer all of your questions. And I hope you found it interesting, and if you want to see a video of how to work out your booty and stupid exercises that doesn't work, let me know and we can look into it. And yeah, that was everything, and I wish you all a nice day, and don't forget to do your pull-ups. Love you guys.